Welcome back to another Gen 4 update. The biggest thing that happened recently was we got the shiny Ekans. So we started this hunt on about November 7th. It took, actually we haven't made a video in a while. It took about a month. We got it December 6th. So each tally mark here is actually 5 encounters because within the game corner you can buy 5 Ekans at a time. So every time I soft resetted, I was able to get 5 encounters, I guess technically encounters. So in total, I estimated it took about 1,472 resets, which equates to about 7,360 encounters. There were some times where I accidentally bought an Aber or a Dratini, and I did try and note that I did that, and I try to add and subtract here and there when I considered it to be appropriate. So this is an estimate. I would say plus or minus maybe 2%, something like that. But yeah, roughly that many encounters. It took a little bit longer than I expected, but I think that's just because when we first did the Cyndaquil, that took a day, so I think that's kind of why. But yeah, we got the shiny Ekans, and then I immediately went into EV training. So we had the Macho Brace, which definitely sped up the process by 2 times the amount, basically. I decided to go with attack and speed because I wanted a fast snake, I was thinking about attack and HP, but I think ultimately, Cobras are fast. They're snakes, so gotta build a fast attacking one. The nature is actually pretty good too, which is a naughty nature, and I guess we'll look it up real quick. So naughty increases your attack and decreases special defense. So we can essentially, if we do the EV training right, actually I guess the IVs have to be pretty good too, but we can get really close to some really high attack. So that's kind of exciting. Special defense doesn't really matter that much. One thing too, I'm most likely not going to use this Ekans and Arbok ever in the Battle Frontier, just because it's not the most ideal Pokemon. The base stats are just quite low compared to other options, so probably never going to do that. So it's kind of just going to be used for the main story. Man, it's so cool though. It's got that yellow, but more importantly, that blue tongue. Really cool. One thing too is I know some people might note that there are some leftover EVs that I could have used for HP or something, but because there's no vitamins, or I'm not using any vitamins, and the amount of time it kind of took to do all this, I just said I'm going to get 255 EVs total in each stat, which is going to max out the stats. So I know for sure that I did the EV training right. So I didn't want to mess around with any other HP or anything like that. I just wanted to max out these IVs and know for sure that I got these 2 stats maximized. So we ended up completing that on December 15th. So it took almost 9 days to do it. We actually did do a live stream though on December 15th where we did finish EV training. That was kind of fun. It's been a while since we did a last live stream, and I will try and do some more every now and then. I'll try and do some different times as well, so we get I know we have a worldwide audience, so want to make sure that try and get everybody at least to pop in every now and then, or at least once or twice. That was definitely the biggest live stream we had so far. I think there was at one point there was 70 people watching, but 50-60 people almost the whole time. So definitely thank you for that, everyone who was able to stop by and hang out for a little bit. I did it on a nice Saturday morning. At least my time zone. Or did we do Sunday? December 15th was a Sunday. Sunday, early mornings, great day to play some games, especially Pokemon. It's so cozy. Anyway, though, after the EV training, we also went to catch a Natu. This is going to be the final Pokemon on our team. It took us a little bit to get there. We had to... Yeah, we did this on the live stream too, but you got to go through or I remember it's the Ruins of Alpha. It's east of Violet City, but in order to get there, you actually got to go through some cave, so it's a little bit more difficult. But you got to get to this spot in the Ruins of Alpha. To get there, you got to go to the cave, and then you got to Took a little bit to get there, but we eventually got there, and we also ended up catching Smeargle as well because that's where you find it. So later on in the near future, we will be trying to probably train a Smeargle or breed for one. And that'll be our capture a Pokemon thing where we give it Spore, False Swipe, Mean Look, things like that. I think that'll be really cool. Yeah, we captured the Natu, and then we also did some leveling up so we can get it to be Xatu, because Natu actually doesn't learn Fly, which makes sense because of its description within the Pokedex. However, it's annoying because it's actually considered a flying type. So we had to do some training. And did I learn that Natu and Xatu have like no good moves? I want to find Natu real quick in the book to show you guys, but it basically learns like no moves. Yeah, here we go. So we have, it learns at level 42, because it evolves at level 25 from, I guess it'd be helpful if I actually show you guys. It evolves from Natu to Xatu, level 25. So right now I think it's almost level 40 for us, because I'm just keeping the EXP share on it, making sure it levels up. But yeah, it doesn't learn any attacking moves basically until 42, and that's Future Sight, which isn't really even a move in my opinion. But at level 47, it learns Ominous Wind, which is a ghost type. That'd be pretty good. But more specifically and more importantly, it learns Psychic at 59. So I think we need to train at level 59 just so it could be useful in the battle or the Elite Four. But that's pretty high. That's high up. So right now, the only attacking move right now it has is Fly, and I think we also have Confuse Ray. So not like the most optimal Pokemon in my opinion, but it's cool. It's cool. I'm not really complaining, and I know we could give it some TMs and stuff too, but we'll see what we want to give it. Actually, does this book tell us what? No, this book doesn't tell us what TMs it can learn, but the Platinum book does, which is good. So after that, we went back to Goldenrod City, went to the underground, and defeated Team Rocket's hideout and did all that shenanigans there. So after Team Rocket's hideout, we got the amulet coin. You can actually get it right in one of the Goldenrod City store things after we beat them. I put here we also got the Rainbow Wing. However, I don't remember if we got that just yet. And the Rainbow Wing, though, was going to let us eventually get to Ho-Oh. Then we ended up making it through the Ice Path, and we got the Blackthorn City, which is the 8th gym leader. We were able to find all the items, though, in the Ice Path, which is kind of cool, too. There were a pretty good amount, and some of them are a little tricky to get to, but we were able to do so. So this is still all December 15th. We did a lot of grinding that day. We did like that live stream for about 2 hours, and then I kept going, even though I logged off. I did that later in the day. We had to do a lot of grinding. I did that in the route just south of Blackthorn City. Wanted to be prepared for the gym leader because she was pretty tough, even though I did some grinding. She has first of all, her Pokemon are only like weak to ice, but except for Gyarados. But man, that Kingdra was tanky. So yeah, we did a lot of grinding though. I ended up capturing a Jinx. It's quite rare in the Ice Path, so I just figured we'd get that Pokedex entry right now. On December 16th, the next day, we defeated Claire. I noted it was a little harder than it should have been. I had to use some items and revives and stuff. Again, she was just kind of tricky, and her Pokemon are pretty high leveled, especially compared to the 7th gym leader. Like, the level bump is quite crazy. If we backtrack a little bit, the highest Pokemon that Price has is 37, and it's Piloswine. And Kingdra was 41. I guess that's not like that huge of a difference, but the fact that I didn't have any Pokemon that were like super effective against her Pokemon just made it a lot more difficult to deal with. I'm like blown away right now how there's a shadow. Oh, it's not a shadow, it's my mug. Okay. I'm like trying to play with the light. Like, why is there a glare? Then why is there a shadow? Anyway, just my mug. After defeating Claire, we went to the Dragon's Den. This is where we actually got the badge because she doesn't give it to you. And I'm really dumb. I was reading the book too, but I forgot you can get an extreme speed Dratini if you answer all the questions right. I didn't do it. I forgot, and then I ended up saving after the fact. So I don't even know if I can get this extreme speed Dratini anymore. Which, I mean, isn't the end of the world, but like it still would have been kind of cool to get. Hopefully it's like like I said, yeah, I don't need it that badly, but it would have been cool to do so. That happened on December 17th, so we actually got the badge, didn't get the Dratini. We ended up, so after the Dragon's Den, you go back to New Bark Town, and you get the Master Ball. Professor Elm gives it to you, and then we went to, where did we go? So we get the Master Ball, then we go back to Ucrea. I don't know how to pronounce that city. This one. Go back to this city, we go into the dance theater, we defeat the Kimono girls. And they each have like an EV, which is pretty cool, like a different evolution of the EVs. And then now we have to go and capture Ho-Oh. However, now that I'm thinking about it, Did we never captured Suicune, weren't we able to? So we actually bumped into Raikou several times. I don't think I actually got it on camera, but we were able to paralyze it and get it like halfway, so I'm gonna try and capture it eventually. But Raikou, pretty cool. Now I'm thinking about it, did we completely miss Suicune? Or were we just not able to capture it yet? Wait, now I'm really confused. In the book it says you actually can't capture... You need to trade from Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum. I thought you get... I'm actually almost positive you get Suicune in this game. Hold on, let's bust out the heavy-duty book. Suicune. Catching Fiery Leaf Green. They lied. No. Okay, yes, you can capture Suicune. There's just a whole bunch of other things. You get it like in the post-game, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. But yes, you can. I was quite positive you could. But anyway, we'll get to that later. We are currently at Ho-Oh. I wanted to try and actually capture Ho-Oh and maybe get to the Elite Four before making this video, but there was just I don't know, I would like to at least get a video going and edit it and discuss what we did so far, because it might be a little while before I actually get to this with all the holidays and stuff coming up. Recording this before the holidays actually. So hopefully everyone's enjoying their time, those who celebrate. So yeah, there's still a good amount to do. We need to make our way to Victory Road and eventually get to the Elite Four. However, we got a lot of training to do. Gotta remember Lance's Pokemon is up to 50, and I would like to at least have that Natu or that Zatu up to level 59 so we could at least have Psychic. Psychic's gonna be good for Koga and Bruno, and I guess even some of Karen's Pokemon too. Gonna be quite strong. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. One thing I wish this book had though was, I forgot about the Pokewalker. I have it somewhere I do have it somewhere, I just forgot where. And we got the whole thing in the Safari Zone. This book doesn't do I feel like an amazing job at explaining like the post game, because there's so much to do afterwards. So I kind of wish it had a little bit more, but it doesn't. There is also something I definitely missed that we probably have to go back, like those seals. You know, or I think they're not in capsules, and capsule seals, they're called something like that. Oh, literally right here, capsules with seals. We got to go back and do that. Give those we got to find out how to get more orange berries. Yeah, there's still some stuff we got to do. So right now, obviously the goal is get to the Elite Four, beat that, and then I'm debating if we want to just go right into the Kanto region, do all that stuff, or do we take a little pause in the story and focus on getting the Pokemon like a Smeargle that can capture other Pokemon, and kind of beef up our Pokedex at least a little bit. I think that'll be fun, or it'll break up the grind of getting through the story. I think that'd be just like maybe hit a checkpoint, get like X amount of Pokemon in the Pokedex in the Johto region, because once we go to the Kanto region, it's a whole another little adventure. I would like to at least breed a little bit though for a it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. If you have like a level 100 Smeargle with a whole bunch of moves, like if it has good IVs or EVs, doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Maybe we could do some EV training like HP or speed just so it like lives. That's probably the smart thing to do. But don't need to go overboard and spend too many hours doing that. I think I talked myself into that. We'll probably end up doing that. Take a break don't jump right into the Kanto region. Get some Pokemon in our Pokedex. I think I discussed this previously too. I'm most likely not going to do a living dex because it just takes up so much space. That was a goal that I had in the Fire Red Leaf Green games, but I'm not gonna say I regret it now because it looks cool, but it just takes up a lot of space, and I need that space for other Pokemon that I'm training. I think what I might do too is like the Pokemon that we do need in these games, I wouldn't be against like trading them up. Although I want to try and capture as many Pokemon as we can within the Gen 4 games first before going to the older games. Just because I think that it would just make for a good experience. But the Pokemon that we can't get or that are a little bit difficult or annoying, we can trade up from the Gen 3 games. And that would also free up a lot of slots potentially in my Fire Red save file, or even in the Emerald game as well. So getting Living Dex probably wasn't all for nothing. Actually, no, before we do that, I would like to... I I don't know if I want to do this. I really want like a completed Emerald Pokedex. Like, I don't need to have all the Pokemon in the game, but I at least want to have that Pokedex filled out, like all the entries. And realistically, the only way I'm going to do that is if I trade, like, I think we need like at least another 150 trades between that game and Emerald and Fire Red. It's going to be tough. Or it's going to be time consuming. But before we make the decision to transfer Pokemon to these games from those games, I should probably decide if I want to do that or not. And I think the answer is yes. So maybe that'll be a very long live stream, because that'll be something that probably, yeah, that sounds like a live stream kind of thing to do. Be fun to chill, chat. Yeah, that'll be a good thing to be able to do, but also I could talk while doing it. It's not, I have to hyper focus on anything, you know. Anyway, though, that's it for the Gen 4 update. Not too much happened, but a lot actually did, because like getting that Arbok, or getting that Ekans, and then EV training the Arbok, that took a long time. But it was worth it. Super cool. Hope you check out some other videos on the channel, and definitely stay tuned for some more if you enjoyed the content. Take care, everybody.